Welcome to Conspiracy Corner, where we explore some of the most intriguing and mysterious events in history. In today's video, we'll be delving into the shocking truth about Jimmy Savile and the allegations that he was a prolific child abuser. For those who may not know, Jimmy Savile was a British television presenter and media personality who was popular in the 1960s and 1970s. He was known for his eccentric personality and his involvement in charity work. However, after his death in 2011, allegations emerged that he had sexually abused hundreds of children and adults over several decades. So, what is the truth about Jimmy Savile? Let's take a closer look. Jimmy Savile was one of the most famous people in the UK during the 1960s and 1970s. He hosted several popular TV shows, including Top of the Pops and Jim'll Fix It, and was known for his flamboyant personality and outlandish dress sense. However, despite his celebrity status, he had a dark side that was not widely known until after his death. After Jimmy Savile's death, hundreds of allegations of sexual abuse were made against him. The victims ranged from 3 as young as 8 years old to adults. The allegations included rape, sexual assault, and indecent exposure. Many of the victims were patients at hospitals where Savile had volunteered, and others were young girls who had appeared on his TV shows. The revelations about Jimmy Savile were shocking and caused a media sensation in the UK. It also led to a public inquiry into the abuse of children in care, which uncovered widespread abuse in children's homes and foster care. The inquiry also found that several high-profile people, including politicians and celebrities, had been involved in the abuse of children. But what is the truth about Jimmy Savile's involvement in the abuse? Was he working alone, or was he part of a wider network of abusers? The evidence suggests that he was not acting alone and that he had connections to other high-profile people who were involved in the abuse. It is also believed that he used his celebrity status and charitable work as a cover for his crimes. The revelations about Jimmy Savile have had a profound impact on the UK and have led to significant changes in the way that sexual abuse and exploitation are dealt with. The inquiry into child abuse in care has led to new laws and policies aimed at protecting vulnerable children and adults. It has also led to a greater awareness of the prevalence of sexual abuse and exploitation in society. After the shocking revelations about Jimmy Savile's abuse, the British public was left wondering how such a prolific abuser could have gone undetected for so long. In the wake of the scandal, a number of investigations were launched to try to understand how the abuse had been allowed to continue for decades. One of the key questions that emerged was why so many people had failed to report Savile's behavior. It became clear that there had been a culture of silence and complicity surrounding Savile, and that many people had turned a blind eye to his actions. Some had even actively helped to cover up his abuse. The inquiry into the abuse of children in care found that there were a number of factors that had allowed the abuse to continue unchecked. These included a lack of oversight and accountability, inadequate training and support for staff, and a failure to listen to and believe the children who reported abuse. The inquiry also highlighted the role that celebrity culture played in allowing abuse to go undetected. Savile was able to use his celebrity status to gain access to vulnerable people, and to shield himself from scrutiny. His status as a national treasure also made it difficult for people to believe that he could be capable of such horrific crimes. The revelations about Savile also had a wider impact on the entertainment industry. It led to a broader discussion about the abuse of power in the industry, and the need for greater accountability and transparency. The #MeToo movement, which emerged in the wake of the Harvey Weinstein scandal, also highlighted the prevalence of sexual abuse and harassment in the industry. In recent years, there have been a number of initiatives aimed at improving safeguarding and preventing abuse in the UK. These include the introduction of mandatory reporting laws, which require professionals working with children to report suspected abuse, and the creation of the independent inquiry into child sexual abuse. While the revelations about Jimmy Savile were undoubtedly shocking, they have also led to important changes in the way that abuse is reported and dealt with in the UK. It is essential that we continue to shine a light on these issues and work to ensure that vulnerable people are protected from harm. In conclusion, the revelations about Jimmy Savile's abuse of children and vulnerable adults were shocking and have had a profound impact on the UK. It has exposed a dark side to the entertainment industry and raised serious questions about the accountability of those in positions of power. While the full extent of Jimmy Savile's involvement in the abuse may never be known, it is important that we continue to shine a light on these issues and hold those responsible to account. Thank you for watching this episode of Conspiracy Corner. We hope you found our exploration of the shocking truth about Jimmy Savile informative. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content, and let us know in the comments what topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes. Until next time at Conspiracy Corner.